Hello, this is Gav196, or John, whatever you prefer. And this is the second game that I'm playing on this channel. There's a lot to go over. We're going to do one first naked run. After that, we're going to endeavor all of the challenges.
In a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys.
Just going to let this play a moment.
His mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved. I will do my depths below.
Well, isn't that nice? This game, we're going to deal with a lot of scatological and sacrilegious themes. It's similar to Rogue Legacy in a couple of ways that I played. It's a roguelike, so every run is different, independent of itself. I'm going to do one regular run here, and then after that we'll start dealing with these challenges. So we'll get 1 to 9 done, and then 10 we'll come back to much later. But I'll do the challenges as quickly as I can, but I need to do a basic run. 1, to explain a lot about the game. And 2, after that, then you'll have a better idea. Empty collection. I believe there's 196 or 198 items to find. We want a good death to mom kill ratio. We're going to see mom this run. There's 13 endings, I believe. 113 secrets. Like I said, the challenges we'll do. They're all specific. I'm going to compare this game a lot to Rebirth. A 10 out of 10 game. This game's pretty good. Substantially more difficult. We're going to begin now. Now, what's notable about here is there are 6 characters that we can see right in front of me. Isaac is your base character, also the best character in the game once you unlock this right here. Maggie is the cleric, she's got a lot of HP. Cain is the second best character in the game in my opinion. He's the lucky one. And this game is a one big old RNG simulator. Judas is the glass cannon, probably third best in my opinion. Eve is the technical or risk-reward character. Samson is the berserker / worst character in the game. And then there's a secret character, Blue Baby, right in here I believe. And he's supposed to be the most difficult character to use. I mean, I guess he is, arguably, but once you get to a certain point in this game, almost all the characters are the same after a little while. It only affects their beginning floors. We'll get into floors later. We're going to play with hard mode off. Now we're going to do Isaac. Let's begin. I'm going to hit the space bar instead. You'll also notice the random button there. This is the tutorial. I'm moving with WASD. I'm attacking with the arrow keys. You can also attack with the mouse. Hopefully my cursor isn't showing, but if it is, I'll throw it back over here. There's only one item that I might consider using the cursor to attack with. Other than that, I won't demonstrate it, Bomb, but when we get there, when we get an opportunity to, I'll show you. We don't have any spacebar items, active items as they're called, available to use at the moment, but we'll get there. top left up there, you can see the map. What the map indicates, it just indicates where you are on the floor. Earlier floors are smaller, unsurprisingly. To my right, that locked door is a shop, and that requires a key over there next to the map on the right side. In descending order, coins. They'll be used to purchase things in shops. And they have a lot of uses, actually. Bombs, you can use them offensively, defensively, or to blow up walls. There's only 2 ways to exit out of a room, and that's to either destroy all enemies in it, or bomb your way out. Now, this is only dependent on whether there are enemies in it at all. Below that key is the most valuable collectible, not collectible, pickup. Those are pickup items. Collectible items are something different. Those are passive items that you can use to bolster your power level. The arrows right now are just my tears because Isaac is an incredibly sad boy. That space right there is my active item. To the right of that, those 6 pegs indicate how many charges it has, and you obtain charges by clearing rooms. Then my life total. I have 3 hearts. Most attacks will do a half a heart at the moment. Some will do a full heart. After we get to a certain point in this game, not in this run, all attacks will do a full heart of health. So let's begin. So here we have enemies called hoppers. Hoppers just kind of bounce around kind of joyously. They don't really care about you or your relation. There's a decent amount of enemies in the game that do not care about anything you do. That right there was poop. I told you this game would be scatological. I promised you. And indeed it was. But we wanted to destroy poop with tears because they can hold coins or hearts. They can't contain bombs or keys as far as I know. Generally I like to go left, then up, then down, then right. I'm sorry, left, then down, then up, then right. Wanting to go right last. So there's a champion hopper over there. You'll notice he's a different color. He'll drop a pickup for me for free. And he does more damage and has more HP. And can also sometimes have different attributes, like, oh, he shoots an ipecac here. We'll get into what that is later on. In the center of this room is a golden chest, which requires a key to open, unlike the brown chest, which required nothing. That's a really, really nice bomb. And what that bomb did right there, that bomb opened up the top secret room in this game. There's 2 types of secret rooms in the game that exist on every single floor, no exceptions as far as I know. The top secret room, which is generally the less useful one. The top secret room you have to bomb your way through a certain wall in such a manner where that room is not adjacent to any other room, unless it's the other secret room. The other secret room, of course, wants to touch the most possible adjacent rooms. You'll understand that more as I play more. Let's see what we got here. You get an Eternal Heart. That's risky to pick up right now. I'm going to do it, but it's risky to pick up. That Eternal Heart there is a 1 in 100 drop. Now, you can find them a lot in the top secret rooms. That's actually the best thing you can get out of a top secret room, in my opinion. Besides, like, devil items, which we'll get to later on. We'll consider opening this up, but I want to have at least a couple of keys, and obviously this key is still gated behind something. Let's fight the boss right away while I have this Eternal Heart. No, I want to go to the treasure room first. So this, we're just going to abate this fire here, and then we get a coin. Fire can also drop stuff. This right here is our treasure room. We have homing bombs now. That's Bobby Bomb. We'll also get +5 bombs. Which make it very easy to also find the secret room. Now the secret room cannot be next to the boss room. However, it will always try as close as it can to get next to this. The cursed room. And I love cursed rooms. If I had to guess where it was, I would guess it's up here. These will home in on enemies. Could also be here. It really shouldn't be able to spawn next to the boss room. Again, there's always exceptions, but it's not supposed to. So then we check here. There it is, finally, after several bombs. Generally, these rooms will give you a lot of coins, occasionally items. Now, on the first floor, you'll always have at least one free treasure room. But that's it. Everything out there will require keys, which are precious. definitely use a bomb for that key. The real question is, do I want to use it? I want to keep one key for the next floor, so I'm going to use it on the shop, which I don't have enough money for, or I'm going to use it on this. I'm going to use it on this. We got a brown chest, which requires no keys. We got 13 coins. Let's fight this boss first. Monstro is who we're fighting. This is the first boss. He could be tough for your first time. I don't want to take any damage because then I'll lose that Eternal Heart. That Eternal Heart, if I get another Eternal Heart, which is staggeringly unlikely, or if I get down to the next floor without losing it, it will give me a free heart container. Lots of ways to get heart containers in this game. Just got to avoid his attacks and fire away at him. Bosses are usually endurance more than anything. He just likes to jump around, fire his lung attack, which is that, and then also do hops. Again, just a battle of attrition. I don't have any additional damage at my access right now. But Monstro, there he is doing his hops. Pretty safe there usually. It's hard to read attacks, and they do make it a lot easier in Rebirth to handle enemy projectiles. In this game, they're still a little bit choppy and hard to read. You want to follow shadows and not where there are in relation, which in Rebirth you can follow where they are in relation instead of the shadows. Okay, excellent drop there too. Jesus Juice's damage and I believe range, and I think it's 50% damage. It's powerful. So unfortunately, well, we have 15 coins, so we're going to use that key to get into the shop. Most items will cost at most 15 in there, and it's pretty rare to get 15 on the first floor, honestly. So we can get a treasure map, or we can get a soul heart. The treasure map is pretty good, and we do need to collect all the items, obviously. There'll be plenty of opportunity for that. I want the soul heart, and I'll tell you why. This game, and I mentioned in Rogue Legacy that, taking damage just allows you to elongate your play. And there's no additional benefit. It's the privilege of playing, and that's it. In this game, if you take red heart damage, that will often prevent you from accessing a certain thing called devil or angel rooms. You can't get them on the first floor, and you get them by not taking damage on the floor, being lucky, destroying devil beggars and bum beggars, which we'll get to when we see them, and defeating bosses without taking damage. Thus far, I have not taken any damage. We're going to pop down here. So we don't have a key for that right away, but I made a calculated decision. The floors we're on right now were both the basement floors. On every floor in the game, as far as I know, with the exception of Sheol, the Cathedral, and the Chest, which are endgame areas, everywhere else can have one of two different variations. In Rebirth, it's 3. The basement is the easier one, the cellar is the harder one. We've gotten the basement both times, so we've gotten lucky. This right here is a red chest, a cursed chest. Can have a lot of good stuff in it, or occasionally some bad stuff. Always worth checking out. 2 troll bombs. And you notice they were slightly homing. This guy, you just don't want to, he'll probably take 3 hits. Oh man, I even knew what to expect, and I still led my way in it. This is a nickel. I think that's a 1 in 10, a 10% chance to get those, and that's worth 5 coins. I really don't want to take damage. That's a sacrifice room. You can damage yourself for pickups. Never worth it. Sad that I took damage, but we'll be fine without. So these little guys, we're just going to poke away. They're very kind of dumb. They'll chase you down, and those torsos can eject one little blood tear, but it's not directed at you. Great. So already next to that sacrifice room, right down here, I'm guessing that's where the secret room is going to be. I want to get another key for that shop, but the treasure room is better. This is holy water. It's not a terribly good one. If you get hit, it will leave a big old splosh of mess on the ground called creep that enemies, if they walk over it, not fly over it, if they fly, they're not susceptible to it. And that's it. This item right here, this rock, distinct from others, is known as a tinted rock. That has a wealth of possibility. It can give you keys, bombs, but most importantly, it can give you soul hearts. I'd like to use that much sooner rather than later. I would rather use a bomb on a tinted rock than I would on a secret room. And I would much rather use a bomb on a secret room over a top secret room. These guys are called mulligans. They just house a bunch of flies inside of them. Just, rooms are all about dealing with things as they come. A lot of poop here. We're not going to find any bombs, unfortunately. That right down there is the arcade, which can only appear on even floors. So it couldn't appear on the first floor, but it can appear on the second floor. And we're going to get this tinted rock. In the hopes that we get more soul hearts. Which we do. We get 2 of them. That's the most they can ever give you. That's very powerful. We're going to fight the boss, then we'll go into the arcade in hopes that we can pick up another coin. Or another key for the shop. Even if we don't have full 15 coins, we might be able to make some use of it. Gemini's a pretty easy boss. You just gotta tether him around. We're still probably gonna get the devil room. And I'll explain and show you how those work. He gets gassed. As his energy depletes. Now we will require to fight both of these guys. See the little fetus there hiccuping blood tears at me. And he's just chasing me down. And now he no longer possesses the ability to shoot blood tears, but he'll just chase me down. And he can be held at bay pretty easily, honestly. My additional range and damage from the Jesus Juice is quite nice. So there we go. And we get a radioactive spider for completing the basement for the first time. This is... I want to say it's just Mom's box or Mom's crate or something. It gives you one of every possible pickup, which will include things we haven't seen yet, like trinkets. It will also include a tarot card or a playing card, and a pill, as well as a coin, a bomb, a key, and a heart. And it can be any one of the varieties. For example, soul hearts have a 10% chance to replace these regular red hearts. Nickels have a 10% chance to replace coins. Bombs have a 10% chance, I believe, to be replaced by 1 + 1 free. And so forth. And then there are the rarest still ones, the dimes, 1 in 100. The eternal hearts, 1 in 100. So we got a soul heart. That's a good drop. We're going to leave the pill here. What that is. 2 of clubs will double your bombs. 2 of spades doubles your keys. 2 of diamonds doubles your coins. And 2 of hearts doubles your available hearts. We're going to equip the... Child's heart just makes it slightly more likely for you to encounter red hearts. We're going to go into Satan's room first. Hopefully it's not Krampus. We've got 2. Whoa, that's a big drop. We've got the availability to get Dead Cat, which I generally don't recommend. Dead Cat costs 2 hearts, and that will make you have... You'll get 9 lives instead of just the 1 life we have now. But each life will only have 1 red heart container. You can get more, but when you die again, it'll go back down to 1 red heart container, making it very difficult to sustain. It's useful in completing the only transformation that exists in this game, the Almighty Guppy, which requires 3 pieces of Guppy, Isaac's Dead Cat, Guppy's Paw, Guppy's Head, Guppy's Tail, and also Guppy's Hairball. And 3 of those 5 will transform you into the Almighty Guppy. The Ouija board here will give us access to Spectral Tears, which I don't want either right now. So I'm actually going to... Well, I do want to unlock Eve. But I don't really need either of those right now. Neither of them are going to particularly help my run. And so by denying this, the next possible devil room I can run into can also be an angel room. But yeah, Spectral Tears will allow my tears to go through everything. For example, instead of bopping off the Satan statue, they'll go through it. Dead Cat, frankly, just not worth it at the moment. We've got a lot of money. This could be a greed fight in here. But instead, we get a second opportunity at that map, another soul heart. And we'll use these last 3 pennies in the arcade. And just looking at this, right now I can see really, technically, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 incredibly unlikely spots for it to be the final top secret room, which I don't want to use a single bomb on. The top secret rooms just generally aren't that useful. I will take them if I have a surplus of bombs. So, we enter here, and we come across a few things. 1, the blood donation machine. There pops holy water. We will refresh after every 4 rooms, I want to say. blood donation machine, you'll notice it's taking red, not blue hearts, my soul hearts. And also notice it popped open and turned into an IV bag. That does not count against you as red heart damage. So if you want to still get a devil deal, you can still do red heart damage to yourself this way. And now I unlocked an item from it, which is the IV bag. It's a portable version of it. Getting coins. And I have a ton of hearts floating around, so I'm not terribly concerned about them. I'll regenerate those. But I want coins. So now we're going to gamble efficiently. With this right here is a fortune machine, which did not give me an opportunity to use it. But this will give out trinkets, fortunes, soul hearts, and sometimes it'll break and give you the crystal ball. Very powerful item. This is the shell game. 33% chance to win. If you lose, you'll just get a fly, but otherwise you'll see what he gives you underneath. 2 keys would be very helpful right now for the ensuing floors. A couple bombs would be nice too, especially because they're homing. But again, 33% chance. Doesn't really matter which one you hit. Some extra coins would be a-okay. Another 2 plays from him. He only ever charges 1. Some hearts would be nice just for some more IV bag shenanigans. There's 3 coins now. We started with 9, so we're doing alright. 2 bombs. We can blow him up then if we run out of coins eventually. With 3 coins, I will try to find the top secret room, but I want to make sure I have 1 bomb left. Sometimes this takes a while, and feel free to take your time. It's about winning the run. That's the most important thing. Sometimes the consolidation power is not that meaningful. Looks like the eye tracker's back online. It did go for a bit. I know, yeah, I brought the eye tracker back. Hey, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. It's a novelty that I enjoy and appreciate. More hearts back for me. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go grab some more hearts. Got that one. That's why they're so good. It is possible for me to get another devil room on the next floor, but once you get a devil room, it reduces your chance of getting a devil room on the next floor. And I was wrong about Holy Water. It replenishes every single room. It just creates that little pile of creep. It's not terribly useful. We'll get as many more coins as we can. The reason I want to do this is because the beggar has a very powerful special item called the scatological. I think I can actually, like, game this and, like, rapidly tap it. Luck up was that pill. Now I know, anytime I see that pill, it will show up as luck up, that white on top, blue on the bottom, instead of me having to remember that it's luck up. But that's good. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect gambling, but it will affect room drops. I'm going to use the 2 of clubs here to also double my bombs, since I'm going to look for the secret room then. It's very possible I get more bombs from him, like so. But 6 is the most you really need. Pretty much ever. With this, the IV bag, we get more coins. And I just cheated there and got way more because of invulnerability frames. Which is what I thought you could do, but I didn't remember totally. So we'll get a lot of items from him, hopefully. Now, this is not a breaking run. Breaking runs in this game happen when you break the game in some meaningful way by just obliterating it with smart usage of items. It would be difficult for me to break the run in this very early stage, since I don't have a lot of things that you need to break runs later on. But it's possible I could break this run. But it all starts with overwhelming consolidation of power. Right now, excuse me, I burped. I'm really sorry about that. Overwhelming consolidation of power is what I mean. I want to see him offer the scatal. He'll show you what he'll offer you before. For example, hearts. Okay. There's a soul heart and a regular heart. We unlock Mom's pill bottle for using the donation machine. A lot. And, so in Rebirth, you're limited to only 12 hearts of any type. In this game, you can have as many hearts as you get. They'll go past the screen. This run is already extremely winnable. Now I'm just becoming more and more powerful. A lot of times it would be difficult to be like, oh, hey, I gotta get all these collectibles. But now instead, I've got a ton of them. Let's hope we get more hearts. More hearts is... There we go. Another nickel, which is just right up my alley. Another useful aspect of not taking that devil room. All I would have is spectral tears and maybe just one red heart total. And I'm getting a lot more power out of it. I don't recommend you take Dead Cat unless you desperately need it. Or you want to turn into Guppy. Which you should turn into Guppy at every available opportunity. Because Guppy is one of the most overwhelmingly powerful states that you can be in the game. I just want to see him offer Scatol. I'll stop when I get down to 15. That'll just give me enough for the next floor. But I realize this is taking a long time, and I could be here all day, especially with my ability to create so much wealth. However, if it's your run and not, you know, for the pleasure of someone else, perhaps, you know, if you have really bad taste, then I really recommend that you do this. That's Scatol right there. So if I get this, now all enemy flies will no longer want to attack me. Like that red fly would turn into a black fly, and then leave me alone. It's incredibly powerful. Well, I said I'll do it. I guess I will. 15's a lot of coins. A lot more opportunity for Scatol, but I did say I'd do it. Bomb and a key. Let's see if we can find the top secret room real quick. It could be here. However unlikely. Generally, top secret rooms are going to be at either end of the available floor. So as long as I have at least one bomb. So I'll use up to 5 if I need to. It's not there. It's unlikely to be inside the arcade, though I have seen it happen. Unlikely to be here, but it still could be. It can't be here. It can't be here. Unlikely to be in any special room, so it won't be in the treasure room. Won't be in that room. So it's going to be here. Here. There it is. And this is among the better options you can get. The Eternal Heart being the best one. Hopefully this is just a Guppy item. Instead it's a Troll Bomb. We want to stay away from that. As I told you, not generally worth it. You know, a bomb for a red chest that you have to ferret out and not guaranteed to be a red chest, not super great. So now we have a fantastic availability to come down here. Not overwhelmed with options, but we've got some good stuff. These are Cupid's arrows. They allow my shots to pierce. They will now go through enemies. You can imagine how that would be good. Especially because now we're on new enemies. Just got hit there. That's not good. This is only my first run, and I didn't really give myself any practice, so bear with me. I used to be pretty good at this game. I'm not the best, but I do know a decent amount about it. Just to sacrifice from that. So in this game, which are very frustrating, are achievements you have to get from doing an entire set of floors. That's 2 of them, mind you, without taking hits. The last achievement I got in the entire game when I did my 99 achievement run, there's 100% achievements, but there's 99 in the game. The last one I got was Dark Boy, which was defeating the depths and taking no damage. The depths come after these. These are we're on the special floor right now, the special mode. We're in the caves, but this is the depths. I could try. No, I'll wait and think about doing the top secret room maybe. Sometimes it just says like, oh hey, here's a trinket. Here's a beggar right there. This is a tough room. These enemies have Those are the Ipecac shots I didn't allude to, but I directly referenced earlier. These guys can be sometimes sweethearts and open up secret rooms for you with their explosions. Enemy explosions and your explosions alike will open them. But more often than not, they're just a pain. They're very dangerous. They do a full heart of damage. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to have to use 2 bombs to get 3. So you'll notice there's a pit here. If I blast these rocks from this side, it will open up to that side, creating like an avalanche villain effect. But I net 1 bomb. Boss room should be this way. You want to be quick. Again, you have to follow the shadow of that attack, and that's not always great. That's the Liberty Cap, which I would much prefer over the Child's Heart. This can give me random mushroom effects in each room that I enter, which you might notice even in rooms I've already been in. I might turn small or large. Those are both mushroom effects, and very powerful ones at that. Right there is a curse room, which I'm going to enter. And I'm going to enter it. I will lose soul hearts. You lose half a soul heart entering and then half a soul heart leaving. If you fly, for some reason, you go over this barrier at first, and you don't take any damage going in, but you do take damage going out. We're going to go in there at any rate. I have plenty of soul hearts. I'm not worried about losing the run. And it's a free item. It's a free devil room item. This is one of the weakest you can possibly get, but nonetheless, it's incredibly free, and you can find stupidly powerful stuff in here. The only reason I avoided this on floor number 1 was because I had to protect that eternal heart. And in the next floor, I wanted a soul heart, the blue ones, not to protect the eternal heart because it turned into a red heart on the 2nd floor, but I wanted to use that so I didn't take any red heart damage to guarantee that I would run into a devil room. Now we have this. Brother Bobby's a familiar. He'll shoot just along like us. He can't be bolstered in any way, I believe, in this game, but it's still some extra stuff to add. So you'll notice I have 5 hearts here in the top right instead of 4 red. That'll disappear in the next room. That's a facet of another mushroom ability. These guys are really dangerous. These are greed heads. I don't remember all the names of the enemies in the game. But so what happens is, if you get hit by them, 2 coins of yours will land on the ground, and then you'll also lose 1 permanently. So it's pretty bad. Let's fight these guys, and then we'll check out the rest of them. This right here is the Husk, who's an upgrade of the Lord of the Flies, whom we haven't seen yet. There's a non-zero chance that I can run into a devil room, or maybe even better, an angel room. And we got one of those. We also got a really, really, really great boss item. And I've got opportunity here, since now I already unlocked the devil room. Guess what that means? Boom. Give me money, please. Tears go up. Tears, that stat, is my rate of fire. My rate of fire is now up. This could be Krampus, or this could be some good stuff. This is some really good stuff. There are 2 great items here. Both of these give flight. Flight is incredibly powerful in this game. One of these is much better than the other, but we will have to take the other one eventually one day anyway. The one on the left is Spirit of the Night. Spirit of the Night gives you flight. You turn into a little squiggly ghost form. If you haven't noticed already, every item that I pick up alters my appearance in some way. That will turn me into a demon. And the one on the right will give me demon wings and will increase my speed. Again, the one on the left gives spectral tears, one of the most powerful states in the game. Flight and spectral tears means I can stay inside of a rock, not get hit by enemies because their attacks don't go through rocks. There are plenty of enemies that do, but most enemies don't. And the other one just makes me faster. We take Spirit of the Night. Also, as luck would have it, incredibly so, we gain an extra heart container because we use that empty one. So I should still have 3. I basically just spent 1 on that. Thank you, Liberty Cap, if that is correct. No, it didn't. Okay, it didn't work that way, but it would have been cool if it did. I thought it did. So now I can fly. I can freely move over these chasms with no issue whatsoever. What's in here? Child's Heart. I have 3 bombs. I can look for it just real quick right here. See that land bridge I just made? Don't need it. Doesn't matter. Alright, you went in there. We'll deal with the bum friend later. These guys, when they die, they will fire up one of those shots. An ipecac shot, which are quite dangerous. Let's use one for here, sure. This is as good a location as any. The compass in conjunction with the treasure map means you have everything revealed to you except the top secret room in the game. That's powerful. Also by the tarot card. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is fun. What Wheel of Fortune does, Wheel of Fortune is a tarot card, of which I believe there are 22, and it will just summon a slot machine. I can now gamble pretty effectively. This guy right here, he will take coins up to a certain amount, and then give me pickups, and possibly a collectible, a passive item. There's a heart, so we know what we can do with that already. Now I can start efficiently gambling. That's why you always want to save these to put next to each other so you can just run back and forth if need be. A skeleton key. What a skeleton key does is it gives you unlimited keys for the entire floor. Not terribly useful on this floor that I already have cleared, but oftentimes pretty powerful. Coins in a bomb. And see, we're getting that extra one hit of that in. We're cheating the game by doing that. It's quite great. He usually takes between 5 and 15 to give you a full-fledged item. Usually it's an HP up. Usually it's like breakfast or that thing that looks like dog food. I don't remember the name of it. Okay, there's breakfast. Boom, another HP. Will be useful in case we do another devil room. So that's that. We are incredibly powerful, and all we have to do is fight Mom. I'll even try, if I can, to do the depths no hit, which will mean I'll have to take some extra precautions, since I can't do the catacombs no hit, since I've already taken a lot of damage. So it wasn't there. Let's see if I can find another spot for it. Could, oh, I already tried in there. Could be here. There it is. Probably nothing great. Oh, but an Eternal Heart is pretty good. That's... I'll spend a bomb for an Eternal Heart. Well, I spent 3 bombs, I guess. But that was a worthy play. Let's go down yet again. Hopefully it's the caves this time so I can demonstrate that to you. And there's the Eternal Heart. And you can see the compass and treasure map working in full conjunction here. So we'll go fight the boss first, really. And then we'll worry about everything else after that. So you can see, now these guys fire blood tears, so it doesn't matter. I can't avoid them too much. But my spectral tears, well, whoops, I accidentally got hit there explaining this. I can now attack enemies through things, and they will also penetrate enemies. That's a very powerful state. These are hosts. While they're in that hunkered down state, you can inflict damage on them. They're immune to everything, including explosions, brim lasers. These spikes I can just hover over, no problem. I have decent tier stat right now. So there's the scapular. The scapular's not super great, but you can break the game with it. The scapular is if you're reduced to half a heart in a room, you'll get 1 soul heart. So you can use that ad infinitum if you play your cards right. Now, what I want you to notice there is that's a pretty rare thing. And that's the secret room being next to the boss room. That's rare. This is a library down here. And libraries are great if you have a key to open them. And you can identify that they're libraries. It'll have 2 books in there. These are both the same active item. And all books are active items. This is the Book of Shadows. Book of Shadows will give me invulnerability for 10 seconds. 10 seconds of invulnerability. This is the Fistula room, a room that I hate. Fistula, I mean, again, I haven't fought them in a long time, but I remember Fistula just being really weirdly fast for me. We can come down here and pop that open. I do still remember a ton about this game, mind you. There's a dime right there. That's 1 in 100. Spectral tears do make it harder to destroy poop. So now I want to go to the shop. I was going to anyway. But now we're going to come in to the boss now. So I could just theoretically stay inside of this rock. And you'll notice how I didn't take damage from that shot, from that clot. That's what these guys are called, clots. Yeah, powerful. The boss is Gertie. Gertie is relatively simple. I didn't see that fly that hit me. That's unfortunate. Alright, you're annoying me. So what you should do with Gertie when he doesn't summon things, or she, just move left and right like so. Wait for a minute. Wait for her to shoot. Like so. Sometimes I think there used to be occasional rocks there that you could hide in, because Spirit of the Night is relatively common. There's Spelunker, the item. We have that unlocked now. More HP. You'll notice that we did not get a devil room here. That would have been a lot of devil rooms. That would have been a third one. I took no red heart damage, but it still didn't matter. But we did take damage in that boss fight. That's notable. But not red heart damage. Kind of using Brother Bobby here, who's honestly kind of useless for the most part. You take him when he's free. And sometimes there are occasional instances. These guys are really bad. I forget their name. Globins, I want to say? Like hemoglobin? So what happens is they'll relentlessly chase you down, and then you have to destroy that pulpy mass that they leave behind. These guys are called chargers. They don't have any projectiles, but they will charge at you, like so. And they'll make that little mousy squeak. They can be very dangerous. Like, a room like this would have been massively dangerous if I didn't have Flight. Flight is a pretty big carry in this game, as you can imagine. And that's through the entire game. Not just, oh, hey, we got Flight, now we're good in the depths. There is an item that does only make you good for the depths in the caves. Or Flight. It's actually a shop room item. I'm pretty sure it's only in the shop. And that's the ladder. Oh, I took a hit there. Kind of a tough room, tough crowd. These guys just float around. They don't like you much. Let's see if that's a top secret room. I've got plenty of bombs to check out. This could be a greed fight. Yep, there we go. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, our first of 7. Really. Most of the 7 deadly sins can summon enemies. He can appear in shops, and I also believe he can appear in secret rooms too. You can only see him once per run, though, so once you've seen him, you don't have to see him again. And he'll drop gold or an item called Steam Sale, which cuts the price of everything in the shops by half, rounded up. Actually, I think it's rounded down. No, it is rounded down. Some things are rounded down. Oh, right, we're still checking for the rooms. There could be one here. And it could be here. It could be here, too. However unlikely. However unlikely. Just a fortune teller. These can give a lot of soul hearts or trinkets. Liberty Cap is quite good. That is a trinket right there you do not want to pick up. That's the tick. It reduces boss health. That's the one of the best trinkets in the game. Okay, we got cancer. What cancer does, cancer halves your tear rate. And going down is good for the tear rate. So what happens is the tick will take some amount of HP off of boss's health and give it to you. Matchstick makes it more likely to find bombs like Child Heart. Cancer, reduced tear rate, or reduced firing of tears. I don't want to pick the tick up. I'm getting really lucky. Most of the time you expect fortunes. I'll go all the way down to like 15 or so. Emperor is a tarot card that will teleport you immediately to the boss of a fool. Just pull up. Okay, there's Death. Death is much better. And I think you... I mean, I told you I would do this, but I did thumb through the achievements. I'm pretty sure you have to use... And I've already beaten this game 100% before anyway. I'm pretty sure you have to use Death to unlock an achievement. You got to use it a couple of times. The card, that is. So we're in a fantastic place right now. I'm going to try to do the next 2 floors no hit. It is very unlikely, but I will try. Hopefully I can get more power. We're in a good spot, though. So I'm going to go to the right first. This is easy. This is Necropolis. This area is supposed to be called the Depths. So this is the Necropolis. Lots and lots of money. We will go to the shop. Oops, don't mind that. That's just my reminder to say, hey, my laundry's done. I have plenty of bombs, so we're going to use a bomb to go through here. Save me potential damage. This is Harlequin Fetus. He's like Brother Bobby, and Holy Water parenthetically. Just a little bit more DPS. He fires 2 shots in a cone pattern. So those guys, these things down here, I want to call them grimaces. Those guys right there will stay active the entire match until you've killed all enemies in there. After which they will usually fire a parting shot and then be permanently closed, like so. They're very annoying. We know this is luck up because, hey, look, it says it right there. Let me see if I can get my eye tracker back on. This is only the first run, and hopefully it will be indicative of me playing well. There's the ladder that I mentioned before. Yeah, I'll grab it, I guess. I'm half thinking about, oh, maybe I should just keep my coins and then I can unlock Cain. You get 55 coins, you unlock Cain. However, I have to pick up the item anyway. Cain I'll unlock eventually. So I can use 2 bombs to go back down there, but we've got a long way, so let's just... Okay, this is a tough room. Might still even lose in this one. They are not proper enemies, so my shots don't need to go through them. They are obstacles. They are obstacles that shoot. That's it. Ah, okay. I tried. This was kind of a tough room. Not a huge deal. We'll have plenty of opportunity to try to do this no hit. And, indeed, the basement as well. Since that's the case, I'm going to now go through everything else. This is a boss, and yes, you can fight bosses in rooms, like we did the fistula. It also makes a great sound, and I got hit by him. Almost twice. Usually he'll go once in the middle, once up top, and then once on the bottom. These poopies have a chance, a small chance, to turn into those golden poops, which have a lot of coins. That is not all too common. This is a much easier room because I have penetrating tears from Cupid Zero. Let's just do that. We're going to come in here. 2 red chests. Flies. These will do 1.5 times my damage of 1 tier. And we've got 2 new pills. This one. Bad Trip, that does a full heart of damage to you. And this one, let's get out of here. Now I take the damage from there. And speed down, which hurts a little bit. This right here is a challenge room, an arena, some might call it. And this is the first one we found, excuse me. Now, what that means is, we'll fight 3 waves of enemies if we take this item. Which we will, and we'll fight 3 waves of enemies. Pretty sure these guys are called babies. But I call them angels. Don't know why. So, there's a couple angelic ones you can fight. These are just hoppers. There are a much scarier version of hoppers called leapers. These guys are some of my least favorite enemies in the game. However, I have penetrating shots. So you see that pulpy brain they have in the back? You have to actually run around to the other side to hit them. I have penetrating tears. Penetrating tears are unsurprisingly very powerful. I'm willing to use some bombs to find the top secret room. This is nice because when you're just running through again, my speed is substantially lowered, so. But sometimes you just like run through rooms. These guys are called Vizzes, and they're shooting an enemy called Chubs. They do a full heart of damage, no matter what floor you're on. They do a full heart. They're pretty weak, but they can be dangerous. Just a free, simple room. You'll notice the ladder's activating. So the ladder is the item that I mentioned. You know, it's only good for one. I don't know what you'd call it. Just one little path. One block, I guess you would say. This has a decent chance to be the top secret. These are bee-lickers, and it's canonically confirmed that they're bee-lickers slash butt-lickers. I told you, scatological. I don't mind it. I have the toilet humor that a ghoul might have. I'm a terrible human being. There we go. And an Eternal Heart. We all know what that does by now. Been playing very well for me thus far, actually. This is kind of a tough room, but unfortunately for my flight and my penetrating tears, it gives me an ample berth of perimeter to deal with them all quite easily. These guys are still grub vizzes, still dangerous. Now they only fire to a certain terminus. However, they have cousin enemies, normal vizzes as I want to call them, which fire what are called brimstone beams in the game. Pop that open. Coins and some hearts. This enemy is the Bloat. This is an upgraded enemy of a boss called the Peep, or just Peep, maybe not the Peep. 10 seconds of invulnerability is very powerful, but the Bloat sucks because those are brimstone shots, by the way. The Bloat sucks because he does not telegraph his attacks. And that is by design. We're just staying behind these rocks to get better shots on him. Yep, see, he fired him before I even went down there. Okay, still didn't take red heart damage, thank God. And we can defend ourselves. And there we get Kane anyway. We also get his item, the Lucky Foot. There's Guppies Paw, which I had mentioned before. There's also a special item. This is very powerful, and I guess we'll take it. That's called the Pact. That's tears up and damage up. And it gives you 2 soul hearts. So we'll lose 2 hearts up here, so go down to 3, but we'll get 2 back. We also might take Guppy's Paw, because what that can do, it could turn us into Guppy, but we would need 2 other pieces. And this run is, since it's the first run, it only makes us go to Mom. So it doesn't let us go any further. And Mom is on the next floor, so we won't be able to have an opportunity to transform into Guppy, most likely. But I might use it to turn all of my red hearts. What it does is it turns 1 red heart into 3 soul hearts. So you lose a container, so you can't recover it, but you do get 3 hearts, so it's a little bit better. We're definitely taking this. That's our second Devil Deal item, so we unlocked Eve. Yeah, damage and tears. We're very powerful now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Guppy's Paw, use it a lot, and then go to the next floor. So, 1, 2, Guppy's Paw. We now have no more red hearts. Well, we will have 1 red heart. That's a Eve item, and so is that. That's the Whore of Babylon. But we'll have just 1 red heart container with a ton of power. Anything else we need? I don't think so. And this is going to be the last floor of this run. This is also the last area in the game when you play that you'll still get treasure rooms and shops. You'll still get arcades and arenas like we have on this floor. Remember, they can only appear on floor number 2, not floor number 1. This is a boss challenge room, which we'll fight on the way back up here. You must have 1 red heart or fewer to enter these. To enter regular arenas, you must have full HP. Full red heart HP. Our power level is so high right now. So these guys will only trace around certain areas like so. It's not tremendously powerful. I'm actually going to use a bomb here after this room. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to try... I think you unlock small rock in this game by destroying rocks and not tinted rocks. That's a fantastic drop from him. So this might just very well... If I can destroy all of these in one shot, it might just unlock tinted rock for me. It didn't. That's I-6-4. That lets you just gain random HP, red heart HP, throughout fighting. Can't have greed here. And we can't use the habit, which is this item right here. That is useful for breaking the game. So every time you take damage, you'll regenerate your spacebar charge. So when you have the D6, which re-rolls pedestal items, the collectible items I've been picking up this whole game, it would also re-roll that, for example, into a new item in the pool, but also exhaust that one from the pool. Or maybe it wouldn't do that. No, it wouldn't do that. At any rate, we're going to take it. We take more damage, and we'll be able to use it again. I will also take this pill, see what it does. Tears up. Okay, we... That's really strong. What? No, I don't know. Alright, so that's the hourglass. Sorry, my roommate entered my room without knocking. So the spacebar item allows us just to freeze enemies in one shot. It's pretty good. We're gonna pop that open there. Another greed. I didn't think you could fight 2 greeds in a run. Guess I'm wrong. Steam sale would have been useful a little bit ago, but now it's not. We're getting offered a range upgrade to fight three rounds of different bosses. This first one is Chub. I just took damage from Chub. I took another little bit of damage from Chub. I'm not too worried about taking damage since I'm so powerful. But I still shouldn't. This is Peep. Bloat was the upgraded form of Peep. Peep slowly loses his eyes. And still I get hit with that 6-way shot. Oh, it's only 2 waves of bosses. My mistake. We have a ton of coins to gamble. These guys now are like the other dudes who lose their heads, but now they'll turn into torsos and lose their heads. And they'll shoot their necks up at you. Larry is a first floor boss that you can fight as a regular floor boss now. You can just fight him in any old room. And he doesn't even want to fight you. He doesn't want to hurt you. These are the brimstone business I was talking about. There's a champion form of one down there. And now, by now, you understand how the gambling works at this point. But I've got a lot to gamble here. This is the last floor. We'll see if we can get Scatul just so we have it unlocked. But it's unlikely. The hearts will just give us something to do while we wait. I expect to get quite a few more. If you have that lucky foot that we got for unlocking Kane, one of the reasons why he's so good is because he has the ability to... He wins this game 50% of the time instead of 33. Don't ask me how the math works. There we go, we got Scatul. Don't need you anymore. And there's Small Rock now unlocked. And look at that. Very kind. Sure, let's see if it's there. Yeah, so Cain, also another benefit is he makes all pills, instead of ever possibly having negative effects, they can only have positive or neutral effects. In short, Cain's the second best character in the game right now. Mom's Pearl, that's this trinket. We could pick it up and then put it back down. The only one you can't pick up is the tick. That turns Soul Hearts to have a 50% chance to drop instead of 10. That's very powerful. And one of my more favorite ones. There's only one more I like more than Cancer, and that's Judas's Horn, which you have to unlock. And it's quite difficult too. This is honestly an incredibly powerful run. I'm kind of surprised, because this game's harder by a substantial margin than Rebirth. But it's not like Rogue Legacy where the game doesn't want you to win, especially early on. This game's fine with it. Check right here. Now again, the top secret room can actually, if the only room it touches is the regular secret room, it's okay for it to touch. That's because you don't necessarily know what the regular secret room is. I mean, it could be up here on the right. And it is. That's just a flat penny. That's a fantastic trinket. Every time you pick up a coin, you have a chance to get a key from picking up the coin. I'm sure you've noticed by now, I've collected a lot of coins in this run. And in most runs, you pick up a lot of coins. Now we're going to fight Mom, the first set guaranteed boss. Not really the final boss, but she will be of this run. She's difficult, arguably. She summons a lot of monsters. Bosses can also be champions. What you have to mainly watch out for is that right there. Her stomping attack. And also her hand. The eyes that she shoots out just summon enemies and just poke out. There are ways to damage her. That red fly, if I had let it, if I had given it an opportunity, would have immediately turned into a black fly because of Scatol. Just, there's the hand there. Very useful to note when trying to beat Mom without taking damage. And we get our first credit roll.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else, Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
Now we enter the credits, the first epilogue. You should, if you play this game and have done it before, you can expect to beat Mom your first try. Unfortunately, we don't get to go past her. We now have the ability to, since we've beaten her once. We'll also unlock the rest of those challenges, except for the last one. I think you gotta beat Isaac or Blue Baby to unlock the last one. That's a lot. That's far in the game. I think it's just Isaac, actually. A lot to do. I'm gonna show you all the unlocks we got. We unlocked a lot of stuff in this run. Pretty good. I'm just gonna show you a bunch of enemies available. Yeah, we'll investigate everything we unlocked. Then, starting next stream, I'm just going to do each one of the challenges 1 through... I should have 1 through 9 unlocked. I'm not 100%. You see now that our collection of stuff has increased by quite a significant margin. I don't know why it doesn't count as a mom kill. It should, but it didn't. Also, no deaths. Unlock the epilogue, and then there's going to be 13 endings down here. 27 items. View found secrets. We unlocked the cube of meat for beating Mom. And also the 4 horsemen.
Isaac was cornered.
Okay, we're gonna watch it again, I guess. That was an accident. That's annoying. Whatever. So, we get to listen to some metal again. Why not? Yeah, we've also unlocked the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which also means I believe we've unlocked the Book of Revelations. That ending we saw indicates that you see how the Bible lands on Mom. Now, if we have the Bible item, if we get it, and you use it on Mom, it's an active item. It will kill her instantaneously. And also the next set boss, which is Mom's Heart. Very, very easy way to guarantee a win against them. You'll also notice I didn't use the Book of Shadows in that Mom fight. I was just doing well and didn't get hit. And Isaac, that's I would say that's me. That's not me. That's not my name, or... Yeah, I accidentally hit credits for somehow. I don't know. Or I guess I clicked the epilogue by mistake. The Harbingers are the 4 Horsemen. If you, each time you beat a Harbinger, you get a cube of meat. And if you get a cube of meat, each successive one will give you a higher level, up to level 4 of a Meat Boy. Which is actually, I believe, a challenge, I'm pretty sure. You start off with a full one, which is powerful. But they're really good items. I like getting those. And they're the only items you can get from the Harbingers. They're bosses. The Womb, yeah, so that's moving past Mom's area. Small Rock, it's, I think it's +2 damage, -1 speed. And I also think it's a slight tears up. Really good. So we got 12 secrets, which usually generally indicates 12 achievements. And that's it. I'll fade to black, talk a little bit about the next one. Let's actually check and make sure I unlock them all. Yep. We've got Dark Was the Night, 7 Years Bad. Dark Was the Night is, that's a curse challenge where every floor you can't see your map at all. 7 Years Bad Luck is minimum luck. Large Marge is also a curse challenge where every floor you have is labyrinths. Another curse. We'll get into those when we get them. 9 Deaths, you start off with the Dead Cat, the item that I kind of was iffy on taking. Lord of the Flies, special role where you get fly-based stuff. It's good. Doctor's Revenge is a fantastically powerful run, just to give you, and it also unlocks one of the best items in the game. Meat Forever is the one I was talking about. Spider Boy, I want to say you start with, do you start with Spider Bud? I think you start off with Quad Shot. That's Mutant Spider. I remember that. And I think you might get Spider Bite. That slows down enemies. Isaac was good today. I'm like 99% sure you get the Halo and maybe another item. I think you fly in that one too. So you have something that gives you flight. Don't remember what. This last one is the Purest, which means one big condition of these challenges, a lot of these challenges you have to use the items you're given, but you don't get any treasure rooms. So in these, I think in the first 4, not this one, I'm pretty sure, you still get treasure rooms. The yellow rooms that I'm entering to get a passive or active item. And these, I'm pretty sure you don't get anything. And this one, you don't get anything as a benefit to you, but you just get no treasure rooms. In Rebirth, there's some runs that give you no shops, no treasure rooms, or treasure rooms but no shops, or vice versa. In this, there's no denial of shops. Shops aren't as powerful in this game as they are in Rebirth. Other than that, that's it. When next we meet, we will be doing Dark Was the Night, and my plan is, no matter what, I'm going to just run through them as long as I can. If it goes over 2 hours, I'll make a part 2. But other than that, I will make sure I do just doing it straight. Keep going until I beat it. When I eventually play Rebirth, I'll do the same thing. Those challenges are much more difficult. Until then, this has been John, or Gaff196. Thank you so much for tuning in. Since this is the first real episode, I just want to go ahead and plug myself away. You don't have to like, comment, or subscribe or anything like that. Don't have to worry about clicking the little bell notification thing so you get updated with every one of my deluge of videos. I know it's been about a week since I've uploaded anything. I just kind of took a break. I'm adapting to a new job and whatnot. But you can if you want. If you want to support the channel, go ahead. Other than that, your view is the only metric that I need to see rise. Which I guess you don't really have a choice in the matter if you came here to begin with. So that's all you need to do is thanks for stopping. If you really want to support me, click a playlist, like everything through it, and give me some constructive feedback. That's it. We'll see you next time with Dark Was the Night? Yep. Dark Was the Night. Thank you. Bye-bye.